Hi, and welcome back to the Million Dollar Event Podcast. This is the space for event leaders to elevate their event experience, get inspired, and connect deeper with their online communities. Hi, I'm Jami Johnson. I'm your host. I'm a luxury retreat planner and conference girly who loves to create elaborate, transformative events for her coaching clients. So grab your favorite kombucha, a journal, and a pen, and let's dive into today's episode. Okay, I am going to make a bold statement right now. Are you ready for this? Are you ready? Because you can plan the best dang retreat on this planet that anybody has ever seen. And if nobody knows about it, does it even matter? Today is all about retreat sales. We're going to kick off this episode with number one of how to make sure your retreat sells out. It starts with, who is this retreat for? Like, I want you to close your eyes. I want you to take a deep breath, maybe like 3 deep breaths, to be honest. And I want you to sit here and I want you to visualize the retreat experience. I want you to feel the level of person in this experience. What do they have in common? What do they look like? What is about their current lifestyle, business, home life? What is it about them that makes them perfect for this retreat? What is the transformation that you want to deliver? What is speaking on your heart to go deep with your community? I want you to spend some time visualizing your retreat experience. And after you do that, I want you to take to your journal. I want you to journal what it would be like to host this retreat. I want you to tangibly write down, who is this retreat perfect for? I also want you to note, is there any kind of prerequisite for someone to be perfect for this retreat experience? For example, if you're going to host like a transformative retreat hiking Mount Kilimanjaro, you might have a prerequisite of being able to, run an 8-minute mile or, run a 5K in under 40 minutes prior to the retreat, because you don't want to not be able to achieve the goal because someone isn't physically ready. Another example would be if you're a branding and marketing girly, you don't want someone who doesn't know who their brand is or doesn't know what their business is or doesn't know who they're targeting to show up to your branding retreat because they don't know anything. And so how do you know that you're creating the content for the right people? Because they don't even know who the right people are. Being very clear of where they are in their journey is going to impact the actual impact you can deliver at the retreat itself. You need to know exactly who that person is before you even do anything else, before you even start thinking about what villa in what city. Period. Oh, well, okay. The podcast is done. Like, drop the mic. But no, but seriously. People fall flat and fall short all the time because they don't even know why you need to be at their retreat, let alone talk to people about why they need to be at their retreat. It's insane. It's insane to me, but people do it. It's wild. Okay, number 2, I want you to analyze your audience, like your current and past clients. When you look at the retreat experience itself that you want to deliver, how many of those current and past clients are the perfect retreat attendee for the retreat you want to create? Like, there is no shame, but you need to know who is in your audience. Like, you need to be able to write down 30 to 50 names of who you have currently served or who has experience in trusting you with their transformation already, who has already purchased from you, exactly ready for this retreat experience. Now, if you can't come up with 30 to 50 names, we got some work to do. But knowing we have work to do is way different than planning an entire retreat and then launching to no one who's ready, or no one who's fit, or no one who's already in your audience that it completely doesn't even match. Because we're here to make bank, we're here to sell out, we're here to feel good, we're here to have fun. But to have all of those things, we need to know what you're dealing with. We need to have the data. So when you analyze your current audience, I want you to look for past and current clients first. Who in your past and current clients would you want to handwrite a personal invitation to this retreat? Then, do you have a lead magnet on your email list that serves a very specific purpose that correlates back to the transformation that you want to give at the retreat? You're going to want to engage those people, that segment of your audience in your emails. So you're top of mind when you announce the retreat. Compile this data. And then I want you to reflect. Do I honestly have enough people in my audience that fits this criteria for me to be able to launch and sell out this retreat in the next 2 months? If I don't, which a lot of coaches don't, it's okay. It's okay. If I don't, you're going to need to do a little bit of work before we launch the retreat. I would set up 4 to 6 months before. Like, take the moment to build the audience that will absolutely shove their credit card in your face and say, please take all my money. What you're going to do is develop a lead magnet, a masterclass, a mini course, something that will entice those right people into your audience. Like, spend some time building that segment. Spend some time nurturing those people. When you spend the time creating something for that person and nurturing them, they're going to be more excited to spend even more time and money and effort on you because they know that you can get them results. I wouldn't necessarily recommend creating a whole nother signature offer. I would suggest that your retreat vision should go really deep on either your signature offer details or a segment of that. So what does that mean? All right, so my signature offer is obviously retreat planning. Like, that is it. That is my high ticket offer, is me planning your retreats. Now, not every girly wants for me to plan the retreat, but what they do want is still to host a retreat. So then I have another offer of Retreats on Repeat Academy, where I walk you through my 5-phase formula, planner formula. So prepare, logistics, attendee alchemy, nurture, and rinse. I call it rinse and repeat, but reflect, refine, and repeat. So you can plan, host, and sell out your high ticket retreat. If we were going to take me as an example, my retreat, which I think is awesome, my retreat would be the people who have been through Retreats on Repeat Academy, who are actively looking and planning their retreat, to host a retreat for them to go and almost mastermind, but basically take that course and condense it into 4 days, and then have that community building aspect where we go and do fun activities. We explore the area, explore the culture, and I basically show them what a retreat should be. So then they have something to work off of. Because a lot of these retreat hosts have actually never been on a retreat, which is kind of crazy, but it's true. So that's what I would do. If I were a marketing and branding girly, what I would do is host a retreat for new entrepreneurs. Maybe you've been in business for about a year, you've had some success, but you're ready to actually build a brand and build a movement around that brand so you can sell effortlessly. But how cool would it be if you created a retreat for those people, 4 to 5 days, where you go through and create like a marketing calendar that they can actually sustain in their life. You help them tailor a calendar to them. And then you go and create the branding assets, the photos, some short form B-roll videos, and you put them all together in a pretty little retreat bow package to where the tangible asset is when they walk away from this retreat, they are more confident in their marketing. They completely understand their social media strategy, and then they have the content to back it up and be successful for the next 90 days, for the next 6 months, for the next year. They're establishing their brand identity, and that's what they get in 5 days. Please take all my money. Yes, $5,000, $8,000, absolutely. If we knock out my marketing, my strategy, and my branding in 5 days, like, please take all my money. Because a lot of these small coaches either don't want to invest or cannot financially invest in the done for you package. So instead, have your retreat as a done with you package. I just went on a tangent. But basically, when you want to host this retreat experience, we're going to reverse engineer the results. If, for instance, for me, I would build up Retreats on Repeat Academy, I would focus on ads, I would focus on reach, engagement, my social media to get the most amount of people into Retreats on Repeat Academy. I would focus on getting people into that because I'm going to make money, I'm going to serve people, but they're going to see the power of my experience really make an impact on their retreat. So once I have 50, 100, 300, 500 people through the Retreat on Repeat Academy, that's when I will offer the retreat experience because I know enough people have been through it to want to meet me in person. They want to optimize their retreat. And they probably want to make more money and they're just not really sure. They want to get a little bit more personable, a little bit more deep into their own transformation, into the retreats so they're elevated. And that's where the retreat for retreat leaders comes in. If you're a branding and marketing girly, we'll circle back to that one. You're probably going to want to offer some sort of social media strategy course, some sort of how to develop your own brand on a budget. What is a brand? I don't know. Get really granular with it and target those early entrepreneurs who are all in on their business, but they need to have a brand identity. You might even want to audit people's brands. So the faster you can get them results, the more attuned and tied in to you they are. So those are some lead magnets, some ways to generate traffic into your current existing offers that also aligns your audience that you're finding, right? That aligns them with the retreat vision that you want to bring. Now, I would say after 2 months, I would analyze the effort. Are you calling in the right people? Are people responding to this type of marketing? How are my numbers now? Is now the right time? Then you also have to trust your intuition a little bit. When the data matches the intuition, that is when it's go time. It is go time to join Retreats on Repeat Academy. Shameless plug. It is time to actually start the planning logistics process. You do not want to invest money before you have the audience into a retreat. You do not want to invest money into a planner before you have the audience to sell to. You do not want to invest the money in this retreat experience until you actually have traffic to your signature offers. That's it. That is the magic sauce to selling out. When you build a brand and build a movement that actually transforms people's lives, you can literally sell whatever the fuck you want. You can sell your retreat in one Instagram story for $10,000 and sell out in 3 days. When you build a brand, build a movement of transformation, of impact, and actually giving a shit about human beings and building their business, you can literally sell with so much ease. It doesn't matter what you drop. But yes, it takes grit and it takes grinding to get there. And it takes focus on what feels good for you and your body and your intuition. Because sis, let me tell you, there's so many ways to succeed. It's silly. All of them will work. It's whatever you stick to will work for you. So just to recap, how to sell out your retreat. Number 1, get crystal clear on who should be at your retreat and your retreat vision. Run analysis on your current and past clients of how many do you have the numbers, the quantitative and qualitative analysis of your current and past audience, buying customers that fit the retreat mission and vision and who is supposed to be there. Number 3, tailor and create lead magnets that pull in your dream retreat attendee. Because once you have the numbers, that's when you launch that retreat. It is go time. All right, you guys. Thank you so much for joining me today. What was the most inspiring part of this entire message? Go ahead and take a screenshot of this episode, tag me on Instagram, put it in your stories, and let me know where you're at in planning your retreat. Are you still analyzing your audience? Are you growing an impactful audience? Are you selling the tickets because you've already picked out the villa and the vendors and all the things? I want to know where you're at. I'll see you in the next one.